Do you know what fascism is, though?
Barbara. Yes? What's fascism?
Can we get a definition of fascism? Hi, how's it going? It's Steven Sizemore out here for NAANS again. This is our 1-year anniversary. It's also the anniversary of our great President Trump, and we're here to celebrate. We're going to go over a few of his accomplishments, ask a bunch of questions, and it should be a lot of fun. Hey, how do you guys feel about this march happening while you guys are working?
We just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's all.
So can you just tell us a bit about your sign-in hat there? The hat is Words Matter, and then we also have 45 reasons to get rid of 45. So can you give me a couple of those reasons and why he's, I assume would you like Trump impeached, or?
I would like him gone. I don't think he can govern. I don't think he has a brain. And I don't think this country is being represented in the way it should be around the world. It's embarrassing.
So we have your sign here. It's elect more women. This is sausage parties boring. Totally agree. Sausage parties are always horrific. So with Trump being the #1 president of putting women in his cabinet, do you feel like maybe your sign is slightly irrelevant? Or?
That's all I'm after, is just making sure that my sign is irrelevant. I want to come out, make sure that more people know that.
Well, no, I mean, but our president is bringing more women to the party. Like we're making this ain't no sausage party anymore. I thought you'd be happy about that, not upset.
I think we can always have more women, though.
Of course, yeah. We want to get more women, and we want to hear their voices, of course. And we have a president who's bringing in more cabinet members who are female than any other president in history. Like, aren't you happy about that, or are you kind of bummed?
If that is the case, then wouldn't that make my sign less irrelevant? If there are more women, and I'm saying that there aren't enough?
No, I'm saying I think we're on the same page here. I think we just got off on the wrong foot in a way. But you as a person, are you happy with more women on the cabinet of the United States?
I'm happy with more women anywhere.
Okay, let's see if I can read this off here. Supercalifragistic,
fascist, racist, sexist, braggadocious.
Beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm an English teacher.
Hey, how are you doing, ma'am? Who do you think should be voted out right now?
I would say Trump has got to be dumped.
Who else should we get out? Like, there's a bunch of evil Republicans. Like, any other names come to mind?
For sure Pence, for sure Ryan, and for sure anyone who doesn't have the courage to stand up for the country for whom they took an oath.
Awesome.
Shame on them. They got to go.
Feminism to me is really rooted in love and integrity and a respect for, people, planet, animals, understanding that there is unity here on this earth. And I think oftentimes we tend to create a lot of separation. I mean, even between nature, there is this idea that we are observers of it rather than extensions of it.
Okay.
And so to be able to see through all that programming and realize our interconnectedness, I think that's what feminism is about: love, integrity, respect.
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much for your time. I mean, I'm not going to waste any more time, but have a fantastic bike. Thank you. Recently in California, we passed a law that healthcare providers have to legally but healthcare providers have to identify people as their specific gender, or else they face a fine. Now, for me, I'd be getting fines all day because I can't tell the difference between male, female. I mean, I don't know any of the other genders. I mean, there's two, but how do we go about differentiating between them?
Why do we have to be in a box? I mean, you go to Target and you go down the pink aisle and you go down the blue aisle. You know what? If my son wanted to play with a pink doll, well then let him play with a pink doll.
So why are the Pussy's Hat pinks, or Pussy Hat pink?
I don't know.
I mean, who decided that? If pink doesn't represent women, do you think there's a bit of tension between feminists right now? Like, different groups of feminism are having butting heads. The whole thing with the
it's just like the male chauvinists. There's tension there,
Gotcha.
And maybe that I just think people have to have such a definition, and I don't think you need to have a specific definition.
Gotcha.
I'm meeting you. You're a nice person. You're intelligent. I don't need to know what you are, who you sleep with.
Yeah, mind your own business till it bothers you, right?
You know
Gotcha,
what?
yeah.
Like, if you're responsible and you're civically minded and you are respectful of others,
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview. Enjoy the march.
Yes, thank you very much.
So we have supercalifragistic, fascist, racist, sexist, braggadocious. Let's go with sexist. Let's give me a. Can I get a thing that Trump's done this year that was the most sexist in your opinion here?
His Bush, when he was talking with Billy Bush, that was pretty sexist.
I'm not aware of what he said. What did he?
He
say
said he
there?
wanted to grab. He loved it when he
Oh,
grabbed
the
women
accent,
with
the Hollywood access tapes. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to fascist. How is Trump a fascist?
Oh, I'm not sure, but because he's trying to.
Do you know what fascism is, though?
Barbara. Yes. What's fascism?
Can we get a definition of fascism?
Fascism, someone who wants, let's see, different from, okay, power in one hand, or, concentration of power to the detriment of others, of anti-democracy.
Gotcha.
And then it leads to vilifying a certain population.
So how does Trump, how does he embody the fascist spirit?
Okay, he does not appear to be concerned about anybody except for himself and for what's good for him.
Well, he just lowered taxes for billions or millions of Americans.
Some people.
Some, yeah.
I got my taxes lowered personally. I'm happy,
Good.
but
Good.
so he is helping lower class people here, but
Very callous, and he is sexist.
Okay,
and
so-
he is majorly braggadocious.
okay, I go with you on braggadocious, but what's something he's done that's racist? Because I get this one a lot. Yeah,
Because,
not quite convinced
Well,
yet.
at that march where he said that there are plenty of good white supremacists and.
Charlottesville?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Charlottesville, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then,
I think that's pretty racist.
gotcha,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for your time, and have a nice march. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, I noticed your sign. I was just curious to ask, then what are you?
I'm agender.
Okay,
I
agender?
don't identify with
Okay,
the-
beautiful. Maybe you can answer a couple questions. I'm confused. I've been asking it all day. How many, can you give me a number? How many genders are there in total?
There's an infinite amount of genders, honestly.
There's not an infinite amount of people, so, can we narrow it down to a specific number here?
I mean, it's a whole spectrum, so it's not really measurable.
So it's infinite, meaning it's constantly growing?
Yeah,
So we can feel whatever gender we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we differentiate between the infinite amount of genders? I mean, now in California we have a law where we have to, healthcare providers have to provide, they actually have to say the correct pronoun to the person or else they get fined $500.
Mm-hmm.
If they misgender someone because they don't know how to identify them, that could be a problem. So how can we help people, identify the different genders in the world today?
Well, it's just about, educating yourself on it and just, putting yourself out there and asking those questions. Because if you just, sit there and just, watch the things happen, it's, you actually have to put it out there and ask the questions.
Gotcha. So wasn't it a lot simpler with just two, though?
No.
You
There's
had
never
boy or
been
girl.
two
I mean, you had
genders.
check a box.
No, I don't
Wait,
think
there's
so.
never been two genders ever? Or?
No.
But my driver's license says male.
Maybe you're identified with it when you're born, but it's we've never had just two genders.
So what other genders have we had in the past? Because those are only two I've heard of.
I mean, there's agender, so it means you don't identify with a gender. Okay. There's transgender, and there's just so many different umbrella underneath the umbrella term. So it's
So we got our categories, we got our subcategories, subcategories.
Yeah.
Can you explain your hat?
Can I explain it?
Yeah,
really?
who's not your president here? And
Come
why
on.
so?
Come on. You guys trying to make me look dumb?
No, not at all. I'm here for a political science class. So
Oh, okay. All right.
I'd rather not, but explain.
You'd rather not?
I'd rather not. Why is Trump not your president here? I mean,
Come on. You want
his
the
official
first
title,
10 or the whole list?
I want the first 10. Let's hear the first 10 here.
He's a racist.
Okay,
He's
let's
a
get
sexist.
let's get some context here.
He
get
cares
examples?
about no one or nothing but himself and enhancing his businesses and his family's businesses.
But I just got a tax cut.
His kids are a bunch of idiots. They're
Well, I don't know
game
about.
hunt.
I do
And
too.
I don't approve of hunting or big game hunting.
But why is that? I mean, I've been doing it since I was 4.
Oh, shut up! Are you really gonna? Are we gonna do this? Or are
No,
you just gonna fuck around?
I'm actually trying to get the interview, but then you said game hunting. Sorry, I'm a hunter.
Oh, really?
I'm a
So
nerd.
you're a big game hunter? Really?
Yeah, my whole
Really?
life.
Really? Come on, man.
But what's wrong? What's wrong with that? Come on.
Come on.
Don't waste my time. I'm here for an interview.
You're being a dick.
I'm not. You just called me a big game hunter and walked away. I mean, I didn't know that was offensive. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? You didn't know that was offensive?
How is me?
Fine.
How is me doing a family tradition that I've had my whole life offensive?
Oh,
to you?
really? You go to Africa and you hunt?
No, I'm not that. I'm not that rich actually. But once I get this Trump tuck, once Trump gives me my tax break, I definitely will. You know, but get me some lions. You know, maybe a zebra.
Oh, really?
Would you like an ostrich?
Did you drink the Kool-Aid?
Yeah, drank all the Kool-Aid. Hells yeah.
Why do you have a resist pin on if you're talking about
Because I'm resisting. You're not resisting there? I'm resisting the resistance.
resisting?
The resistance. I'm resisting those who don't like big game hunters.
In your hair that you're just a total.
The part in my hair? What's wrong with my hair, guys? What's wrong with the conservatives?
You look like you're a fifth grade. You look like you're taking a picture for your fifth grade photo.
Thank you so much.
Seriously.
No, but what's wrong with me being a conservative and a big game hunter? Like, this is all. Everybody's been so nice today. They've all been about equality. Like, they didn't care that had a part in my hair. What does that have to do with anything? Come on.
I don't care. You're
You don't
talking
care?
about you're trying to make
I
a
tried
mockery
asking-
out of this thing.
I actually was
Look,
not.
I can see the smirk on your face. You're just you're just a joke.
No, you kind of made a mockery out of yourself.
This is not a joke.
You are a
This
joke.
is not a joke. Just because your parents support you.
My parents actually
and you have
my
no
parents
idea
begged me
what
not to
it's
come
like
here.
to be in the real world. When that
Really?
happens, let me know. Let me know if Trump works
Okay,
out.
let me know how those multiple genders go for you. There's 2. Thanks for watching. This was the 2018 Women's March of LA, and it was a lot of fun. Have a nice day.